Laika, what did you see on the streets of Moscow? Did you enjoy the snow on your snout? Did you have a favorite shopkeeper? A beloved alley to curl up in? Did you run through the streets each day, ears whipping in the wind, as if you'd never again feel ground beneath you as a free dog? Did you realize that fateful day you reclaimed with loving, gentle violence the truth? Little star, I'm sorry that the only name you've ever known was endowed upon you to shame you for your voice, which is all that you had. I talked too much when I was young, too. It was shamed out of me. I don't know whether or not to feel sorry you never got time to be shamed into obedient silence as you aged like me. Who are you? I know you were 3 years old and roughly 11 pounds. I know you were a stray mutt, a husky-type breed, rewarded for your endurance and tenacity with a one-way ticket we wouldn't have paid for ourselves. I don't know what you like to eat, where to scratch to get it just right, what your favorite kind of toy would have been. I know all of these things and more about my own dog, and yet I feel I know you nearly as well. I don't know anything about you, really. The loud, wonderful truth of your life has been abstracted by decades of your martyrdom, and now I reach your satellite through purple Wikipedia hyperlinks and grainy newspaper photos. How does it feel for all of the world to know who you are, little star, and yet you are a stranger to every last one of them? It feels like my responsibility to grieve you doubly, to make up for everyone who weighed the impact of their careful hand in your death as you ascended and clapped anyway. I'll write a letter to you for every Mutnik article that made a sick joke of your vibrant existence until you're avenged. I'm not sure you have the capacity for vengeance, but I do, and I will feel it for you if you can't. I'd say I don't know why they tried to build and launch your eternal resting place in 4 short weeks. I'd say I read online that it was a perfectly feasible mission to construct a reliable temperature control system of that kind in that amount of time, but I can't bring myself to lie to you. Something tells me you can handle the truth. You, my star, were dreamt up by Sergei Korolev as a celebratory launch for the 40th anniversary of the Soviets' takeover of Russia. In 2002, one of the evil motherfuckers who ended your life admitted to the known impossibility of the task of even killing you humanely, as they claimed to have initially planned. I am so deeply sorry that your death was planned as a publicized ego stroke amidst the deafening march the cold mouth of science calls progress. Though you are a hero, meaningless knowledge to you, I'm sure. I hope it's of some comfort to know the launch of Sputnik 2 is now widely regarded as a tragic scourge on human history, and several of the men you knew regret their actions deeply. Human history is mostly scourge, and regrets also mean nothing to you now, but I thought I should mention it anyway. Would you have misbehaved if it had saved you? I know how it feels to volunteer yourself to be hurt because you'd never before felt the love that came with the offer, no matter how fickle. Were you trying to save your companions? Or were you trying to leave them behind, to find a better world for you all? I know none of these twinkles in the constellation of possibilities are true. I know you left our atmosphere alone and scared, on some level aware of your fate, but unaware of when it would befall you. I know how cruel we are. The night before you left, when Yazdovsky took you home to run laps around his yard, fetching balls from his children, did it dawn on you to feel sad you'd never played with anyone before? I hope the sheer joy overwhelmed you, and you didn't think about it one bit. I hope that chasing that ball you remembered the freezing Moscow wind rippling through your fur and felt you tasted again a free dog. What did you think about for the 3 days that they left you in the satellite capsule without so much as room to turn around? Did you remember Yazdovsky's kids? The surgery you underwent days earlier? Scraps of food from a stranger on the street? Did you want to live? On your way up, did you look out at the horizon, remember how we treated you, and decide you were better off, at last unreachable? Did you look down and see the protests fighting for your freedom in New York? Did you see dogs everywhere playing fetch with their people and yearn for the simple life you always deserved? Maybe you behaved because you knew that's what would earn you those golden hours in the sun, that glimpse of what life should have been chasing the tennis ball. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to write. I know I was born 46 years after you became a star, but it still feels overdue. I'm not sure why when you left orbit you entered a new one that circles my heart. I suppose that's part of your magic. Everyone who's met you is enamored by you. I'm sorry that even though that was true in your short life, it couldn't save you. I'm sorry that you were only ever kissed on your way to your deathbed. I'm sorry and I think about that kiss and how you felt in that moment every time I kiss my dog. Were you angry you'd never been kissed before? I hope, when he kissed you on the nose and you went off to become a star, that the sterile cages of the laboratory and all the gelatinized food you choked down melted into the Milky Way. Did you know where you were going? Somehow, deep down, I feel you did. I think you know how cruel we are. I think you knew that you were better than us, that you deserved to be surrounded by nothing but love for the rest of your eternal existence. Did you give yourself a name, sitting alone in that cockpit? All I can do is write to you, and hope so.